if it's anything remotely associated with sports. The name LeBron James is the first name that comes up. The level of relevancy that the NBA collectively, as players I'm talking about, are fighting for off the court of play, LeBron James already has. When you consider, the bandwidth that he brings to the table in terms of his name, his brand, what it represents, what it means to so many people. Then you take into account what he's doing, in Akron with education and helping the kids and stuff like that. Everywhere you turn, LeBron. And he's 35. To sit up there and to say, at some point in time, Jordan and even the Jordan brand, while it may exist and make money and do all of this stuff, at some point in time, it might dissipate to such a degree to make room for somebody else. Could it possibly be somebody damn near 20 years younger than him? I think so.
I agree with that sentiment. There is a recency bias, and as people get less relevant as time goes on, usually, we're not usually talking about Babe Ruth anymore, even though he's the greatest baseball player of all time and stuff like that. What I agree with that idea, but now that's what I mean by ticking clock, because it's going to take a while for LeBron to catch MJ. MJ was the king while he was still active. He had by far the most powerful brand in probably the history of sports, period, globally, while he was still playing the game, and then had all this time to expand it, as Jay mentioned. LeBron's going to have to do all that catching up and do it as Jordan's memory fades and do it before the next guy comes. And that's what I mean by the LeBron effect. LeBron's play probably creates a next generation of more well-rounded players, bigger, more well-rounded players who come up shooting the three now because of the rules change and all that and the way the game has changed. If that guy overtakes LeBron before LeBron's overtaken Jordan, LeBron never gets there.
Jay, I want to get your thoughts on this because
before the next. Sorry, Molly. Go ahead, Molly. I'm
sorry.
Yeah,
I just got this sent to me that despite being retired for 17 years, Jordan still polls as the most popular athlete. Then it's Tom Brady. Then it's LeBron. Why do you think that is?
Well, obviously, football is still king. Jordan is still one of the most relevant player there is in the world. But, I was going to go back to your point for one quick second, Max, on this. I was going to say to you that, in this, I'm getting another call. This is incredible. I am denying another call so I can finish my point to you, Max. Okay? So at this particular time, I don't know if another player, I know this is the new age we live in right now, right? Working from home. I don't know if another player that LeBron needs to do this before another player comes. I think LeBron right now is in a unique position. And Stephen A. Smith, I do agree with you because I do think LeBron has a chance to capitalize on being this people's champ, right? The I Am Promise School, how he continues to build out what that brand is. But it is a different play because Jordan never really took stands politically, right? He had an infamous line, Republicans and Democrats buy shoes. I think LeBron James has a little bit. So I wonder, how will that pan out throughout the course of time, right? We saw the effects of what happened with Muhammad Ali back in the day and how later in time people, I just lost my screen. Wow. I lost my screen.
But Jay, that's such a great point. Jay, it's a great point. In other words, LeBron's brand has a certain kind of integrity that history will smile upon, and he'll be able to, ironically maneuver that with that in a corporate kind of way. But it's true. He does have that going for him. And to the point who cares if the next guy is even better than LeBron? LeBron has the head start on him. I do think the reason Jordan primarily is still as popular as he is, it is an athletic competition. He's the greatest who ever did it. He was, and people knew it at the time, and they still know it. I really do think the hierarchy of athletic accomplishment is underneath all of this. The kind of impression you made on your contemporary audience, and then audiences, trickles down to audiences in the future, their children and such. And I think that's the basis of things. And LeBron is amazing and will have a very powerful brand, but not Jordan's.
Nobody's denying that has something to do with it, but that's not all there is. And the thing that I would ask y'all to think about, listen, look at what we do, and let's personalize it for a second here. There's a whole bunch of shows on television debating, are there not? How many people do what we do? Everywhere we turn, every single channel with
Everyone.
sports, don't they do what we do? But who's first take?
Correct.
People choose. And so at some point in time, they make a choice. They made a choice with Jordan years ago. They're going to start making choices other than Jordan. It's not to say that Jordan's going to fall off the map and suddenly the Jordan brand's not going to be successful and suddenly the Jordan brand is not going to make money. Nobody's trying to imply that. What I'm saying is, can LeBron catch MJ as a worldwide brand? Not exceed, but can he catch him? All I'm asking y'all to think about, hold on, Max, all I'm asking you to remember is he's 35. And look at all the things he's doing. Now, you can have players come along and they could be successful. First, they got to win 3 chips. Secondly, they got to get to 9 NBA finals. Oh, that's just on the court. Off the court, you have to have the intelligence, not just to be you, but to build the team that you've been. You've got to be innovative and creative and astute enough to capitalize on business opportunities that present itself. You got to be socially conscientious. You got to be a whole bunch of things to measure up to LeBron James. And that's what I'm saying we have to remember here. This dude, to sit up here and to look at LeBron James, and say 15, 20 years from now, we ain't going to be talking about him the way that we talk about MJ, at least to some degree, off the court? I can't rule that out. I can't. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.